Hello everybody, welcome to the Electronic Revolution Broadcasting Network. We are here with you live today, and we're doing something a little different, a little bit of European coverage. But before we go into any further details with that, some quick introductions. My name is Chachi. I'll be one of the broadcasters here with you today. And as always, my good friend and pal, Mr. Piffners. Piff, what's up?
What is up, Chachi? What is up, all you great e-rev listeners out there? Yeah, we're really excited today. I believe we're doing some Eurocasting here and looking at what's going on the other side of the pond, which the community is extremely active. Got a lot of talent, a lot of great players, a lot of really great strategy. Might see some stuff that you haven't seen before today, you U.S. players, and I think that's going to be pretty cool.
Most definitely. And also, real quick, we also have to give a quick shout out to our man Pneumaticus. He's in here doing video, always brings some great coverage, and can't wait to get this match underway. But as you mentioned, European coverage. That's right, we are covering Clanbase today. This is the Clanbase Warfare Spring Open Cup 2008, week number 2. Today we are covering Nervous Energy versus Vanguard of Sabotage. So looking forward to some really good maps here. In fact, one of them, a non-custom map, is Alien Sands, made by a good friend of mine, Mr. Sanchez. It is the Crossfire remake of UT 2004, and I'm just loving that is coming into competition, Piff.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. Used to love Crossfire. My old clan used to enjoy quite much tagging that center node just barely and keeping it down with a little bit of node suppression with the twin beams. We'll see if there's any kind of strategy like that now on this new remake of it, but it looks very, very similar, and it was always a really heated map, especially around that center node. Something is a little bit different, though. The tank nodes are not connected anymore, and I believe they were before, but I can't remember off the top of my head.
With this particular version, we are actually playing the default orb, so this is straight up. The only difference that I really saw as far as the node layout was the actual, in UT 2004 with what was an optional node was that little side area next to the cores where you usually have like a little scorpion and a little locker. That's actually automatically started up, so it is serving as a second spawn location from the get-go to get yourself a quick manta or scorpion. And also in this version, the power cores are actually contained. It is not an open outside room like it was in UT 2004. You actually have to enter into an area, and there's no opening at the tops anymore, guys. We can't do any more manta hops and shooting from above. So that's what we're going to see in this first round, or first 2 rounds. Second round, we're going to see Downtown. This is a standard UT3 map, which you'll see on many, many pub servers out there. So, yeah, looking for some good times as we get ready. I believe these teams are going to start up soon. Real quick, for Vanguards of Sabotage, we have Serial, Prowler, Scootser, Cypox, and Spirit US. Who we got over there on the Nervous Energy side?
Nervous Energy, we've got Blizzard Wolf, the Greek, Sleep Easy, nice name, love that, Loose Cannon, and Zofo for Nervous Energy, I believe, and it's looking like it's shaping up to be a great match. I'm really excited to see some of the strategies on this, see if any of the UT2K4 strats are employed here, see what people are going to do, and I'm also really excited to look at some of this Euro talent. I always like seeing new players do some remarkable stuff, and always have mad respect for good Ons and Warfare players, of course, as I know you do, Chachi, too.
Oh, I love it. Oh, and we had someone leave the game real quick as this was about to start. Looks like, okay, yes, they are restarting the server there just in case.
They were having a little issue with the click to ready there.
I gotcha. And like I was about to say, also for you Europeans, we know you love QuakeNet and IRC, and we know you Europeans love IRC, period. I wish we could get more North Americans more active in that nowadays. It seems like it's kind of stepped away. But for you Europeans on the QuakeNet IRC network, hit up pound e-rev. We have e-rev Kitten sitting in there right now, and she will be taking your shout-outs that will be said on air in between match times, or if we had some dead time, we'll throw your shout-outs. So go there, shout out for these 2 teams that are playing, shout out for your favorite team that's in the Open Cup right now. Shout out to your mother if you want to. We're just a couple of crazy yanks trying to give you a good show. So come on in at pound e-rev and check out the action. Spread the word. www.e-rev.com. e-rev.TV is live with Clanbase Open Cup Warfare 2008, and we do have the server ready to go. So here in a moment we should see this action start up.
Looks like they've got a little issue with the Greek crashed there, so waiting on him to oh no, he's back in now. He's back in.
Like you were mentioning, the love for the European players. I mean, I remember the very first Clanbase match that I ever actually broadcasted, or I halfway remember it. It was during the TAM Cup. I believe it was the 2007 TAM Cup that happened back in late May, I believe, or early June. And one of the teams I was playing was Team Dignitas, and the shots were just insane, dude. I'm talking about North American players. They're going to cry heck when they play these teams that are over here right now, because they were sick, man. Every one of the team get at least 4 or 5 headshots per round, and now we've got, the rest of the team, like top scorers, hitting like 8 or 9 headshots around. Just sick, dude. So much love to the European players. Much love to Clanbase for embracing UT3 and starting up the Warfare Cup. Again, this is week 2, Nervous Energy versus Vanguards of Sabotage.
I absolutely agree with you, man. I mean, some of the hit scan talent from over the pond is definitely pretty phenomenal. I remember some Instagib CTF teams from back in the 2K4 days where they were just absolutely ungodly. I mean, and it was actually quite funny. You would simply spawn and die so many times that I'd seen competition. In competition, I'd actually seen teams leave the server, literally leave, because of what the other team was doing in talent-wise. Is pretty remarkable. Some of those hit scan talents, just phenomenal stuff. And I'm, like I said, really excited to look forward to this. This map is absolutely gorgeous, by the way. Kudos to, did you say Sanchez actually did this one?
This was one of Sanchez's maps that's gone from onto PC, as well it is live on the PS3 network as well. So it's getting played all across the board right now. But yeah, kudos, dude. I loved Crossfire, and I'm loving that's back in UT3.
Well, let me tell you what, Sanchez, if you're listening, definite shout out to you there, man. It's awesome work here. I tried to open the map editor and stared at it for 10 minutes. Then I had blood just shoot out of my nose, so I figured I should stop looking at that. But basically, it's so complicated, it seems, to make some of these maps unless you are familiar with some of that software, and I'm just very, very impressed. Right now, Sanchez, if he is listening, by the way, if you have the opportunity to view this in about 50 inches and 1080, you should definitely do it, because your map looks phenomenal. I gotta say that much.
Oh man, it's great. And it looks like we got the Greek. He is coming back into the game, and hopefully he will fix his little crash issues he's having there. I'd hate to have it where they have to play a man down for this cup. This is actually, if I remember right, this is technically the first match of this Open Cup that Nervous Energy is playing. During week 1, they were actually scheduled to play Desire to Fire, but due to inactivity in the clan, this is reported from Demius from Desire to Fire, they end up having to drop off of the Open Fair War Cup. So, it kind of sucks that's happened for them, but they are staying active or hibernating on the ladder, so I'm sure it won't be the last time we're seeing DTF come in there, and hopefully they'll get their boy Leo back into the mix. I guess some quick information about these teams. Piff, did you know that Nervous Energy, they are the winners of the second division of the UT 2004 ONS Open Cup in 2005, as well as they took a second place finish in Jotes ONS 6v6 during the second season. So definitely some talent is on this team.
That's pretty phenomenal, man, and they have their prime up and their secondary node already. They made a good move with that orb carrier and had a scorpion toe with a self-destruct boost all the way out to their secondary node, and are now currently tapping that center one. So we are live, but have quickly lost their prime node to the red team, and taking them down pretty quick there. So that core is going to be available any second if they don't get in there and really put some firepower on that prime node.
I'm actually tabbing over into my game again right now. Sorry about that. I was out.
Oh no!
Go ahead, keep going with it real quick, Piff.
No problem.
Keep going with it real quick.
No problem, man. Basically, it looks like Nervous Energy is all the way down to just their prime. The prime is open. The core is not available, but they have lost every single node on the map. The only thing they've got going for them is the secondary spawn point, and now their core is available and it's being tapped right now. It's already down to 75 as we speak. We're less than, goodness gracious, we're hardly any time into the map at all, minute and a half, and it's just going so quickly. Already down to 50%. Nervous Energy being taken down. Manta's flying in left and right over the top of the Scorpion on Blizzard Wolf, trying desperately to keep any of the players out of there. Fails at the self-destruct, which should have taken out that Nemesis, and the red team tank rolls up and over him as the blue core goes down in less than 2 minutes. Wow. So 100 points right there for the red team. I'm sorry, chat, remind me again. I know it's VoS, but what's the exact name on that?
Vanguards of Sabotage. And actually, the rules are a little different than they are in North America, buddy. We're going clan-based rules. 2 rounds per map, 10-minute rounds. They're about to switch sides. We are going off of how much health is left on the core at the end of each round, and that's the point system. Obviously, with Vanguards of Sabotage, Raping with Prowler with 40 points, Scooter at 34. A couple of guys in there that was just doing the deed. They start out and have 100 points into this match against the 0 of Nervous Energy. So Vanguard Sabotage showing they want to make really quick work of this new map.
Oh yeah, that was. I mean, it was a good play. It was a good play moving out to that secondary node to clean it up real quick, but they just could not get to that center fast enough and hold it down. So Nervous Energy absolutely slipped away from the lead on that one, and Vanguards just brought it up to their core very quickly. Had that prime node getting tapped and built by the Vanguards at less than, I think it was 90 seconds. It was a very, very, very quick match.
Real quick, plenty of people, I guess, didn't hear me correct you earlier. They were like saying that the tank nodes are connected via the center node as well on this. So, oh, actually, that's something I didn't even say right, that the tank node's connected via center. Everyone was correcting us on that, dude. But that's right. So that is no difference that is in this. Just amazing. I had enough time to go over and tab back into my game before Vanguards of Sabotage took this away from Nervous Energy. But Vanguard Sabotage, no one to mess with. In fact, during their week 1 of the Open Cup, they actually beat the Fabulous Attorneys of Torture. They've been trying for like 4 years to beat this team, and they did beat them with a score of 170 to 138. They played Torlin and Dusk. All those maps went to overtime, and each one of them ended up taking a round apiece. But Vanguards of Sabotage edging out on it. So, you know, we've got some talent here, man.
Yeah, you could definitely say that again. Really just a very, very surprisingly fast match. I have no idea where it went wrong because it was so quick I couldn't tell what happened at the center node to keep them away from it. Goodness.
Well, in case you are just joining us, we are the Electronic Revolution Broadcasting Network. We are the Yankees from across the pond, ladies and gentlemen. We're typically a different company from what you'll see out there, but we're giving you guys the options and showing that we're here and that we're loving the European community over here at Clanbase. They've been nothing but open arms, and these two teams have been really gracious to let us cast this Week 2 match. And we are live. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and start this off this time. We've got Cypox moving out with the mana. He is carrying one member to their prime node on the blue team. Vanguard Sabotage on blue team. Nervous Energy on the red team this time. We've got double link going on prime node, and they get that up and going. So both teams getting their prime node off right off the bat. But this time the orb for Vanguard Sabotage goes straight to center node and gets that active, but Nervous Energy is already quick to act and to start hitting the center node at this moment. But really quick, you got Scooter on the enemy prime. He was doing some damage, but Nervous Energy was able to cut off that center node in time. Loose Cannon is running around with a Viper right now, doing the deed, running over Spirit US. and again, run over Serial. He's just going all over the place. Vehicular manslaughter for the win. Pip?
Great crowd control there by Loose Cannon. Exactly what he needs to do. Back his team up there. Make sure that that prime or that center node gets up so they can start tapping that prime. And actually, but the problem is they're actually having their tank node built against them by Vanguard at this point. So I mean, they really need to get up there and get that taken care of, and they're losing part of the map. I'm not sure. There seems to be some confusion though in chat. I don't know if they're actually going to restart this map because the orb mutator has malfunctioned. I don't know if they're actually going to restart this map or just keep on playing it, but it looks like they're still playing to me.
All right, well, Zeus, I guess he had dropped out by accident because he just re-entered the game. So Nervous Energy was down a player for a little bit there. But they are attacking their own prime and trying to get that back. You've got Zofo with the double damage, taking out Scooter with the flat cannon, coming up from behind the enemy prime, and he is running his link against it, but air-to-air missile from Serial takes him out of the mana, so he goes out. Zofo is trying to rush himself back in there, but the rest of his team is also running. We got Sleep Easy. He's actually running the orb right now, running it to their prime node. Avril in hand goes up and connects against Serial that is in the Raptor. Serial goes down. Sleep Easy in a shock fight at the moment. Here comes the core. Here comes the Viper, and he is trying to avoid this. With 28 points of health, he just could not do it as that Viper finally did take him out. Zeus is trying to do the damage and is trying to hit it from a distance and trying to touch that orb, but he's kind of neglecting the shock that's coming after him. And Nervous Energy does get a chance to cut off their prime node, but they do lose some points onto their power core. Right now, currently Nervous Energy 87 points on the power core with an unscathed power core for VOS.
Yeah. Nervous Energy really needs to pick it up and come back on this one. That one player being down for just a matter of a moment really hurt them. And now we've got the mutator back up, and Zofo is actually going to the prime node currently right now with that orb being towed by a Scorpion. Hopefully we'll make it in there without running into any pesky tanks or any enemy aircraft. And oh, there's a Manta right there, but he's already on it with an Admiral. The blue orb carrier and red orb carrier are currently dueling it out. Blue orb carrier is getting ready to get taken down by the Scorpion, but manages to, with a little assistance from the Nemesis, to keep him at bay. Now red orb carrier rolling in behind this Nemesis. If he doesn't turn around and catch him, oh, and then Zofo is down, so that's the red orb carrier on the ground, and the red core is toast. So Nervous Energy once again with a 0 score, not a big old goose egg on that one, versus the 200 points, 200 unanswered points from Vanguard's. So
Vanguard's a sabotage. A couple of quick rounds on Alien Sands with a score currently after 2 rounds of 202 zip. If Nervous Energy plans on trying to at least tie this up, they're going to have to take these next 2 rounds on downtown with their power core not taking any damage. So we're going to end up seeing how this happens. We're going to take a quick break. And they're saying they lost a player that they tried to pause. You know, no worries. They're being all cool about it. We're going to take a quick break. We're on a quick video, and we'll be right back with e-rev's coverage of Clanbase Warfare Cup 2008.
In a time where video games were competitive and casting companies were few, gamers searched in the dark for their hero. One name, one company came to save the day. Instant Replay, War Room Ventrilo, and unforgettable voices were heard over the airwaves. Electronic Revolution Broadcasting Network rolled onto the scene, often imitated but never duplicated. e-rev, gaming enhanced.
And we are back. For those of you just joining us, again, this is www.e-rev.tv bringing live UT3 coverage. This is Clanbase Warfare Cup, Warfare Open Cup 2008, the spring series, obviously, since we are in the time for April showers, and soon the May flowers will be coming. But unless Nervous Energy does something, those flowers are only going on to their funeral, because so far Vanguards of Sabotage have taken the first 2 rounds of Alien Sands 200 to zilch. So, you know, we're going to have to see what happens this next time around. For those of you joining us, we've got for Nervous Energy, Loose Cannon, Zofo, Blizzard Wolf, The Greek, and Sleep Easy. For Vanguard Sabotage, we have Scootser, Serial, Spirit US, Cypox, and Prowler. And they are pausing the server for something. I believe they had some issues with someone's, either the orb or something along that nature earlier. And I'm hearing play, but obviously something is not working, or I am not working. One of the two. UT3, gotta love it. Well, we are about to start up downtown, and pretty much Nervous Energy, if they expect to at least tie this, going to have to take both rounds with an unscathed power core. Whether or not they can do it is going to be a very good question. I mean, downtown is a very much a different map than Crossfire. Crossfire, obviously, a lot more open space, a lot more of X, Y, and Z axis, if you really think about it, with those hills where you can possibly attack your enemies or enemy power nodes or power core. But downtown, you know, obviously very linear. Several side alleys here and there that help you get around to get the things, such as the Redeemer, which is being held down in the waterway tunnel in between, or right past both of the power core roads. So we'll see if that ends up coming into play. No one actually used the Redeemer at all during the Alien Sands. It was just straight up brutal beatings. I believe Pip was trying to reconnect to the server. He told me he'd be right back, so I will just keep talking. Hey, for a moment, if you got any shout-outs, hit us up on QuakeNet. The QuakeNet IRC network, we are on pound e-rev, and we are taking shout-outs for this match that can be heard live on the air. So if you got a shout-out for your favorite team, or these teams that are playing right now, or if you just want to give any props to anyone, hit us up over there. Just PM me, e-rev, UT Chachi, and we'll try to get those said live on air in between these rounds if we can. Nomad, I know it's only me and you in the channel right now, and you really can't speak to me, but don't you wish we were actually in a live room right now? If I could be sitting right next to you so I could actually see if my brother Piff was right here next to me right now. Alright, well, I am tabbing back into my game so we can see what is going on with this. A few of the guys just talking about their video cards and what works great, what doesn't. Someone actually running a 600 GT. Is that true? 600 GT? Man, frame rate. Well, but if you got the processor, I guess it works out okay. Oh my goodness. Wait, guys, also something else I want to mention for you while we are sitting here waiting for this match to start up. If you've got any broadcast requests, come register with us at the forums at www.e-rev.tv and put in your broadcast request for your match or your team's match. If we can, we will try to accommodate those broadcast requests and get you put live on air so all your friends could come see you, or you could go to your mom and dad and say, look, Mom, I'm actually on TV and I could possibly win some money from this, from all this great exposure and all the sponsors that are going to see me play. I mean, you know, she won't have any idea what you're talking about, but yeah, at least it makes her stop nagging on you about playing video games. We're going to run a quick video, and hopefully here in just a little bit we will be right back. This match will start up. Alright, we are live right now, and we have got both teams' prime nodes are up, but VOS has started the build on Sarah node. In fact, they ran the orb in there, and they took out the orb carrier. I'm on Cypox as he gets the double kill with the self-destruct Scorpion and starts moving towards NE's prime core at the moment. Tri-Rocks are getting loaded, but the Greek with a mana runs him over to stop that assault from coming into play. Serial is holding the orb for VOS at the moment, and he's holding defense, waiting for his teammates to go out there and start some damage on NE's prime node. So he's kind of holding back, doing his defense. We're going to look around and see who's doing what. I'm on Scooter as he's going around. He's coming around to the side with the Scorpion, throws out the self-destruct, takes out the Greek, and a double kill, flag right to the face. Blizzard goes out, and he picks himself up a little bit of health because he did take some damage during that process. We've got Prowler. He is holding up in VOS's Hellbender at the moment, right at the barricade, throwing out the sky mines. Loose Cannon being victim of one of those sky mines at the moment as he backs up because the Bender is taking a little bit of damage, and I think he was worried about that mana doing too much damage. That mana coming in, that is Serial. Serial, who did take out the orb carrier, I believe, at the moment when that happened. So we've also got Sleep Easy from NE is now in the mana, and he is starting to do the damage, but he gets taken out from Tank Shot, I believe. They have ran the tank in there and done some damage. So again, you've got VOS, pretty much one man holding back with the orb, trying to hold the defense on that right now. And that man does go out. He gets taken out. You've got one man, two men here with Link in hand, as well as the tank doing some damage to the Sarah node. And he does finally get the Sarah node down in a quick run with the orb, jumps in there, and gets the orb built into place. VOS very quick to keep the damage on the Sarah node though, and was able to sustain their prime node. Three people there at the moment on the build. Apples are in hand trying to take out that mana. The mana driver did bail out of that, and we have now a mana and a infantryman, just an infantryman at the moment, doing damage to the center node. And looks like we are going to see the orb probably get moved up in just a little bit, or you figure we would. For the center node, but that is not happening. And there we go, we do. We finally have the orb. It has moved into place and is defending that center node at the moment. That orb carry goes out. Two people, one people, two people at one people again. It goes back and forth, just killing left and right. And he is doing the damage and takes out the center node. Pip, are you there?
I am back. I'm reconnecting as we speak. Just a couple of little tiny technical difficulties there, and I am back in play.
Alright, well, I'll just take over for you real quick. Prowler taking out Loose Cannon from NE, and they VOS does get the center node back into play, but NE running the orb carry into position right now. They're just waiting for that orb protection to go out, and it does. The orb has gone in to the center node. Finally, we've got some orb defense, or they tried some orb defense, it looked like, for the center node. NE just was not able to do it. They actually tried to take the orb out to the prime. On hoverboard, you got knocked off very quickly, and that orb carrier got taken out. And this time, we now have the orb carrier holding back, and he is moving forward, it looks like. But the nuke happens in the double kill. Cypox with the nuke takes out NE's center node, and we now have a build from VOS. Serial for VOS is taking the orb out right now, trying to see if he can go out there and get to that center node and touch it. And he does get the orb build and does touch. Looks like Serial has kind of been the designated orb carrier and defender at the moment as he moves out. But we've got some damage and some action going on at the prime node, but not for very long. Prime node ME taking a little damage, but not a whole lot to really sustain anything dangerous. Serial getting the double kill, but finally gets taken out himself as well.
Right now I'm looking at Cypox desperately trying to get that center node back up. manages to pick up the orb from that last failed orb run attempt and get that center node recaptured. Now it's up to the red team to take that down from full health. It's going to take them a few seconds to get that done. That might be the few seconds they need to really get into that prime node and start tapping it. Right now they're currently holding not only the tank node but also center, and Vanguards are doing a very, very good job of controlling that at this point. Now they're rolling up the tank on the east side of the map from the enemy core and getting ready to start tapping that prime node. Once you get that tank into the prime node area, it's pretty much all she wrote, because basically once it's in there, if you've got a good team that knows how to keep it healthy, keep it living, and make sure that none of the enemy players get in with a det charge or a nuke to basically take that tank down, there's no way to get it out of there if you can do those things very well. And I really think that Vanguards might be able to do that if they can get that prime node down. But right now it's looking like they're having a little trouble with some nervous energy at the center node. What are you watching, Shotch?
I'm looking at Prowler at the moment. He's running in the man. He's on the backside of NE's prime and does run it into there and start the build. Rockets are flying up at him, but he does have a teammate who was there to do a little defense, but not for very long, as NE runs 3 of their members into their prime node area, doing the damage, taking it back out. Prowler running the minigun against NE and trying to get a kill in there. He's down to 68 points of health, and he's holding down the button. He's trying to stick someone up against the wall, but the shaft of Loose Cannon finally does take him out as NE tries to get the build going again. I'm on the Greek taking Cyril out, and he's the only person at the prime node for NE at the moment, and tries to build, holds out the link, but with a flag to the face, Scooter comes in there, Scooter comes in there and takes him out.
Zopo immediately coming up and getting vengeance on Scooter there, and the Greek is now on the det charge. Good play there. Instant det charge will take that node all the way down, but the key is he's got to get in there, and it looks like Vanguard is not terribly interested in getting that infantryman down there. I don't think they realize that he actually has the det charge, but it could cause some problems here in a moment. Looks like they've got a Hellbender at the prime node, desperately trying to hang on to that, but the Greek is just tapping at it with the primary on the flak. He's got 12 hits into it, one more and it's down, and there it goes. It looks like he's going to start the build on it alone. He's got another infantry from a red team trying to take down that blue orb carrier, and the Greek is now actually just spraying and praying with that minigun, gets nailed by the Manta as that orb carrier is successful, and Vanguard locks up that prime node yet again. Greek coming out with the bender, killing Spirit US right off the bat. Was just wrong place, wrong time for that one. See if he can get it in there and try and take it down, but the Deemer takes down the core, and that is all she wrote for this round, with Vanguard with another 100 points. 300 unanswered points from them towards Nervous Energy's 0. Unfortunate, really rough game, but also a lot of good talent on both teams for that one.
Scooter getting a score of 96, holding the highest for his team. Serial with 67, Prowler 41, 38 for Spirit, and the other member left before we could see what his score was. Blizzard Wolf 60, the Greek 51, Zofo 36, 24 for Loose Cannon, and 15 for Sleep Easy. As the good games are coming out there, and well, obviously Vanguards of Sabotage will take their win for week 2 with the very apparent 300-0 at the moment. I believe we will play out the next round just for the game, but NE losing it this week. For their first actual match in week 2, they got the admin forfeit win from D2F last week. This week, though, they've got to put a loss into that loss column. But Vanguard Sabotage, 2 weeks in a row winning their maps. Last week playing Fat, this week obviously playing Nervous Energy here on e-rev, and just showing a superb job. It was a big fight there in the center for a while, Piff, for that center node, but as soon as VLS really got the steam, they pretty much rolled right over on it.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right on that one. I mean, Prowler was one of the good turning points that I saw for Vanguard was where they really started to lock it up was just an unfortunate chain of events that led to Prowler being at the center node while the blue orb carrier had already dropped the orb, but nobody had been there to destroy it. He nailed that center node, got it right back as soon as Red had rebuilt it, and unfortunately they all just kind of swarmed on that prime, and the tank was rolling up on the enemy side on that east prime node at just the right time to start tapping it. Now, it didn't last very long, but I think it threw them off their game enough that Nervous Energy kind of got a little rattled at that point, and then just couldn't really get it back together from there. The Greek, although, did an excellent job, as did everybody else on the team, definitely giving it their all, but just could not pull it back together for that one. Another thing I want to comment on, it's always good to see teams that are willing to play out the map, even though they just lost the other ones. It's always cool to see teams that take themselves lightly and are like, hey, let's go ahead and finish this. Let's do it right. We might as well play out the entire map, because some teams just, the hacks accusations start flying the second the last hit goes on the core, and people just name calling nonsense and smack talking, and that's all well and good in pub servers, but if you're really going to do serious competition, you got to be mature enough to really handle a loss well and understand that sometimes there's better teams out there, and the only way you get any better is by playing them. So,
but any day, the best team can take a loss to a lesser than best team just for having a good day. So, there's always a change that comes around back and forth. Like I'd mentioned, VOS have been trying for what they say like 4 years to get a win against Fats, and finally got that win last week. So VOS showing that in Warfare, they're here to play. They may have got beaten in Onslaught in 2004, but they're doing it. We've got the good luck, have fun's coming out there, and looks like we're about to start this up. Pip, do you want to start us off?
Absolutely. Just waiting for the orb carrier to get everything going here. And we got a little bit of a server issue, having some issues with click to ready again. They're going to reset that real quick, and we'll be up and running here momentarily. Now, does anybody have any shout-outs for us at this point?
Nah, throw some shout-outs out here, people. We want to hear what's going on with the community. We want to know what your favorite teams are out there, and what's going on with your teams. Again, check us out at www.e-rev.tv, where you'll find out all the latest info for our upcoming broadcast, as well as you can put in your broadcast request to get your team casted live here at e-rev. We are now obviously trying to cover some European coverage. We are a North American company, but we're doing both sides. North American coverage, we got tons going on. COD4 is a really big thing that we've got lots of, so if you're a COD4 fan out there, we've got several matches going on with that, as well as I believe we have some America's Army going on. I believe also on European and North American sides, as well as obviously here at UT3 we're covering North American and European UT3. So if you got the broadcast request, put them in there. We're doing Warfare. I want DM. I want TDM. I want to see the action.
Oh, absolutely. And if you are a UT3 fan, always feel free to go and check out the archived casts for some of the 1v1 DMs that Chach and myself have covered, as well as Warfare of the Nations, the epic battle between the North American versus the Euro teams, which unfortunately ended with our loss, a very bad loss. But that's okay, because we're still here and we're still playing, and this match is about to be up and running, and I am on loose cannon right now in the Hellbender, actually rolling out of the blue base while the orb carrier takes a typical route down the alleyway straight to the prime node. Hopefully he'll have his avrils out. A lot of people know that many times you'll end up with a manta coming over the hill there right at the beginning of the map to try and take out the orb carrier, and it looks like the blue team has had some problems getting that built, but just managed to get that orb carrier in there just now, and now the prime is up and the center node's available. But Vanguard has already gotten that center node locked up and currently has Spirit US tapping on that tank node, and actually gets taken down immediately right after he gets a couple hits in. So Nervous Energy not having any of that, definitely wants to keep that tank up. Very critical piece of equipment there in this map, and nothing's really happening between the two different nodes. I don't see much damage going on either one. Nobody's flashing right now, and apparently it's just kind of some DMing and some vehicle combat going on in the background, trying to get to the nodes at this point. I'm watching Spirit US trying to make it over to the blue prime, and not getting there very efficiently, but managing to make his way there. Got 3 different infantry actually moving on the center node, but not managing to do any damage at this point. Spirit US is already tapping on the enemy prime, has it down to 75% with that Scorpion. Gets out while he catches some Manta fire from behind him, gets back and takes out that Manta, fails to hit the infantryman driving it. Looks like he got out just the right time and gets taken out by a Manta throw. Very, very top popular kill in 2K4. Somebody's messing with you, you can't get them, they're shock taping you back with the Manta, just toss it at them. So it's quite funny there. What you looking at, Josh?
I'm looking at Zofo. He was the lone gunman that stayed alive in the enemy prime area, and he now has the mana, and he's trying to avoid obviously that Scorpion, the deadly Scorpion of ET3 against the manas, and he's backing up there. It looks like he's about to have a run down overkill, and he does get it. Cypox goes out, and we also have VOS taking the center node. So they do have the center node, but it is taking damage. In fact, it has gone down. We've got Prowler over there at the moment. He's getting in the mana. It looks like he's moving out of that mana away from the center node, and it looks like he's going to check out. He does. He has a Redeemer in his hands, guys. Watch it. Big bomb in the pants of Prowler as he goes out but gets ran over by the Greek. By Zofo in his Scorpion. So Prowler's just going to spawn back, picks up the Berserk, and runs out into Scorpion. Berserk Scorpion, watch out. Here come the balls flying at your face. And someone's trying to take my link, but it's just not happening. He looks back and finally decides he's going to kill, and that is Loose Cannon. As Prowler moves back, tries to self-destruct, but Sleep Easy with the Skyline combos takes that Scorpion out before he can actually eject. So ND has started to build on center node. You've got the Greek moving in there, but the Greek getting taken out by some hard rockets of Cypox.
Yeah, Cypox just rolling in there. Yeah, Cypox just rolling in there, taking him out with those trip rocks. That was on the way down from a Scorpion self-destruct, which killed the blue node builder at that point in time on the center node and took it down to 1%, it looked like. Now we've got the Prime getting tapped for actually Vanguard, as well as the center node getting tapped by Vanguard. Tank node is still in Nervous Energy possession. I have yet to see the tank roll out and actually be effective at this point. Looks like they're having a little problem with some vehicles. They've got a Hellbender stuck on top of a Scorpion, and desperately trying to get that to the center node to try and back up the rest of their team. So Vanguard having some vehicular problems there. Now moving into the center node, and that blue orb carrier is actually coming up over the top, using the window at the center node to roll in and hopefully with those jump boots take back that center node. Looks like he's going to make it in there and gets it right under the nose of the red team. So Vanguard just barely missing him come in, gets a vehicle hijack. Sleep Easy taking down, or attempting to take down, the person holding the Berserk there from Vanguard's, and actually gets nailed from the side. I didn't see who actually got that kill, but now he's locking up that center node. Now here's a problem. Center is only at about 1/3 build. If somebody comes in with a Scorpion self-destruct, that could very well just take that down. And the Orb Runner, who was on his way to the Prime node, just got taken out. Sleep Easy went down just as a Deemer hits the center node and kills him again. So it looks like they're going to try and build by themselves with Loose Cannon, who's starting the Prime or the center node build right now. But he's got 1 infantry at 1 Manta, a Scorpion, and now 2 other infantry and an Orb Carrier coming to the center. That is just a train that he is getting run on right there. That is crazy. So what are you checking out, Josh?
I'm looking at Spirit going back and forth, trying to get the kills, takes out the Greek, who was the orb carrier for the blue team, as he destroys that real quick and sacrifices it. You've got VOS trying to build up the center, but NE this time they're not going to give it up that easily, as they have two people there at the moment on the build. Getting that up, that is Sleep Easy, and one other person there. Let me see if I can get on it. Loose Cannon's moving in there with Dry Rocks at the moment, and that is Blizzard Wolf, the other man, who gets taken out by Scootser and the Mana. So Scoots coming in there, clearing out pretty much everybody that was at the center node for NE. Blizzard Wolf, though, answering right back with a Suicide Scorpion coming in there, but Skyline combos of Serial takes Blizzard Wolf out, and we've got the action happening at the center node. You got Serial going around there. He's got a busted up Hellbender, but he's throwing the Skyline combos into the prime area and trying to do defense of the center at the same time as he goes back, looks back in there, and gets out of that bender. Orb does get destroyed. Serial picking up the orb to hold the defense on the center node. And we've got some action going on at the prime node of NE right now. It is flashing. Prowler is inside there. He's almost got down. Pretty much a tenth of the way is left over, and he does finish off with the kill. But Zofo throwing the mana at him takes Prowler out. So very quickly, Zofo trying to stop any efforts of VOS from taking 4 straight in a row. But at this point, it looks like it very well might happen.
Yeah, that tank node is still up, though, for Nervous Energy. Not seeing it be very effective. Like I said before, it appears that Vanguard's actually killing it before it ever comes up a lot of the times. And just saw it explode with nobody in it just a moment ago. And right now, it's all about that prime node getting built by Vanguards and making sure that core is available as soon as possible. But Nervous Energy manages to take it back with a good run there, and now the tank is moving up their home base side and actually attempting to do some defense there. They need to be pulling that tank right in to that prime node and holding it. Now there's a little bit of a battle between the orb carriers at that point at the prime. Couldn't see exactly what happened because a couple different people get scrolled through there, but a lot of DMing going on there, and now the center node is being tapped as well as the prime. So Nervous Energy getting ready to lose their prime, but also at the same time Vanguard's center node, it's all the way down to about looks like about 40%. Oh, but it gets locked because they actually took that prime node again and are currently building. So could be all she wrote for Nervous Energy right there. I'm still wondering why they have not gone to get that tank node back, but it looks like Vanguards feel like that's a little bit of a wasted time because they're really managing to take that tank down very easily with some decent fire and some Scorpion self-destructs. A lot of people forget that. Very useful weapon, Scorpion self-destruct, and really when you use it effectively on a good team who's coordinated, you get 4 of those, or let's see, or I guess 1, 2, 3, you could have up to 5 of those at once in this map, holding the center of your prime and your base, and that can cause tank to go down in less than a second, really. So it looks like the core was getting ready to be available for a second there on Nervous Energy, but now is actually back available. The prime node is up again, and we got Scoots on top of Sleep Easy in the tank. Pulled the Scorpion self-destruct. Awesome move there, coming down with the flak primary on top of the turret. Cannot get hit on top of the turret. It is impossible to get you off once you're on top of it unless the tank damages itself by firing at a nearby obstacle. And now Scooter takes out the blue infantry that's messing with the red orb carrier. Looks like there's about 3 red at the center with 2 blue infantry there trying to tag it, but they really need to get their prime back. They all need to flood prime right now, and they've got 2 people building on it, which is exactly what they need to do. What you watching, Chach?
I'm looking at Prowler right now because he's actually holding the det charge and trying to go ninja style on the power core. And he does. He goes ninja style, runs inside there, throws the det charge on the power core. Perfect timing as he starts the flak and does the damage, and very quickly with that det charge gets the final win and the clean sweep, 400-0. Vanguards of Sabotage taking out Nervous Energy. Props to that team. They definitely had some communication going. He let the guys know, hey, I've got the det charge. Get me that node. They got the node. He put on the core, and bow. That's all she wrote.
Absolutely. One of my favorite pub strategies, a det charge and a deemer in hand with fully stacked health and just wait for the core to become available. Get a lot of WTFs in the chat log from that one. Gotta love it. Gotta love it, man.
Right. Well, it looks like they're all saying thank you. They're heading out of the server, and that's pretty much all she is. Excuse me, all she said. That was a Clanbase Warfare Open Cup 2008 Spring Series. Obviously, this was week 2, and Vanguard moving on with a straight 400-0 win for week 2. So props to Vanguard to Sabotage. 2 weeks in a row, they are on a streak, and next week we'll see what they can do then.
Absolute shutout there. And really a lot of talent on both teams. You could tell just had so much more hustle, a lot more hustle coming out of Vanguards, and really just knew the maps, had great communication. Obviously, as you saw on a couple of the on the core destruction on the first map in downtown as well as the second map in downtown. Really difficult maps to come back from a lot of times when you are just overwhelmed by the enemy team as well. And it was really a good match. Really enjoyed that. Really enjoyed the cast. Thank you again to the Euro teams for inviting us to cast, and we're always looking to expand our horizons. And Shot, you said earlier that we're just showing you the options here, but we want you guys to know that e-rev is the option for UT3 casting. I think so.
That's right, and real quick, we want to thank again Nomadicus for doing video for us, getting that pushed out there. We want to thank Clanbase for embracing UT3 and starting the Warfare Cup, and we want to thank the Europeans themselves for playing the game, because y'all are sick. Y'all are just sick.
Indeed.
This is the Electronic Revolution Broadcasting Network, www.e-rev.tv. We're in the house, and we are here to stay. Spread the word. We will see you next time live. Take it easy and good games. Good frags. Good night.
In a time where video games were competitive and casting companies were few, gamers searched in the dark for their hero. One name, one company came to save the day. Instant Replay, War Room Ventrilo, and unforgettable voices were heard over the airwave. Electronic Revolution Broadcasting Network rolled onto the scene, often imitated but never duplicated. e-rev Gaming Enhanced.